Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 5 new comics for August 10th and 11th of 2021. I'm, as always, Chris, and let us jump into these books, starting with Justice League Last Ride number 4. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Art-Miguel Mendonca. I mean, haven't we been talking about this book ever since it came out? It's awesome. It's really great. I believe this is the final issue of the series. And I've just been loving the ride. And it's a cool premise. It's honestly at its core a great character piece because of the conflict between Superman, Kal-El, and Batman, and how their friendship is divided, and it's just been fun to watch throughout it that really progress and see how different the Justice League is without those two as its core. It's a really good book. Everybody should be checking it out. And after that, I've got The Defenders number 1. This is written by Ewing with art by Art-Javier Rodriguez. I love the Defenders. I'm a huge Defenders guy. The team is just so fun and weird. I mean, the original team that we got, and to anyone who may be new or maybe isn't so familiar with the Defenders and thinks back on the Netflix show, that's not the team we're talking about. This team is a little different, and in this one in particular, it's much different. So we do have 2 core members in Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer. Sorry, I zoned there for a second. But the big thing here is that this is really coming out of everything that happened with Marvel 1000 and the kind of introduction or reintroduction of the Masked Raider. And this is the first time since then that we're seeing him in a book that I recall. Maybe he popped up somewhere that I'm not reading, but if I'm not reading, it didn't happen, I guess. So yeah, that too. If you've been following Marvel for a while, you read Marvel Comics 1000, and you're like, what the fuck's going on with this? Well, now we kind of are getting the first issue into how this character relates to the greater Marvel universe, and it's done in a series that I am a big fan of. So I am really looking forward to it. The cover is gorgeous. I believe it's a Tradmore cover, and yeah, everybody hopefully checks this one out. It's just it looks like a lot of fun. Al Ewing too, slowly, steadily becoming one of the best writers in the industry, and if his name's on it, I do suggest looking it up. After that, we got Avengers Tech number 1. This is written by Jim Zub with art by Art-Chamba. So we're coming off of Avengers Mech Strike, a series that I really liked, that I thought really stuck the landing and just did something fun and different with the Avengers. And yes, these series are built on we want to put out toys, but what I find weird about that criticism is that comics history is filled with we need to do a series based on toys, and they're series that we love. I mean, there's people that love G.I. Joe. That whole thing was let's make sense of toys. People love He-Man, same thing. If we want to go into Marvel, Secret Wars, at its core was let's do a series so we can make more toys. So that's not necessarily negative, and I think that Mech Strike proved that you can do it well and have fun with it too. There's no continuity to go on. You don't have to worry about what's going on in the greater universe. You can just tell a fun story and throw Avengers and mechs. And hopefully that's what Zub does here. Obviously, we're dealing with a different kind of mech on this. And it's more of it reminds me more of like Gundam than more of Mech Strike felt kind of like Mech Warrior almost. But yeah, the villain's Red Skull. What else do I got to say? It just sounds like a lot of fun. I really look forward to it. And I think probably my most favorite part of it is that Iron Man at his core is a mech, and then we put a mech in a mech, and we did this with the last series, but this one even more. Like, it feels like just really spot on, so it's gonna be fun. After that, we got Star Wars: The High Republic, The Monster of Temple Peak #1, written by Cavan Scott with art by Art-Rachael Scott. Believe those two are married. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But based on a novel that Cavan wrote for the Star Wars High Republic, coming from IDW, so it's more of an all ages story. And yeah, just seems like a good time. The High Republic has really reinvigorated me in Star Wars lore. It's a whole different world, a whole different place to explore in Star Wars, and I've been loving every second of it. So, and Cavan is just a great Star Wars writer. He got to start doing a lot of all ages Star Wars stuff, so this is kind of him doing stuff that he knows really well. But he's been doing the main High Republic comic series and been killing it on that too. So really look forward to this. More Star Wars in my eyes is always a good thing. And we're going to end it with the Unbelievable Teens #1 from the world of Black Hammer, written by Jeff Lemire with art by Tyler Crook. So, the Unbelievable Teens, it's basically Teen Titans inside of Black Hammer. But as Jeff has done with all of these, like, yeah, we can say that basic premise, but it has its own feel too. So, where we did the Barbalian series, which is basically Martian Manhunter inside of this world, but we tie it all in with kind of the 80s and 90s gay rights movement and the beginning of the AIDS epidemic and all that stuff, and kind of tie all that in, which is something that's, to my knowledge, not done with Martian Manhunter, but it's just taking familiar tropes and characters that we like and kind of twisting them in ways that are fun and interesting, and that's what Black Hammer's all about. And I've, since the beginning, gotten pretty much everything that's been Black Hammer, and don't believe I've been disappointed at all and stuff. There is one, I don't want to call anybody out, but there is one series I didn't like. But out of all the Black Hammer series that have come out, I think that's a pretty good batting average, if you ask me. So, yeah, more Black Hammer, the better. I love this world, and I'm looking forward to jumping into this series further. So that's all. That's all I got, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to give us a thumbs up down below if you are enjoying the video. Subscribe to the channel and comment. Let us know what books you're looking forward to, what books I may be missing out on that I should be checking out. And there's always if you want more of me, I have the podcast, Forge Comic News. This week we are talking to Justin Gray. A lot of people know him from his DC work, specifically his Jonah Hex work. He's done a ton of stuff, though. He's been all over the map, and he's currently doing creator-owned stuff through Kickstarter and other means that are a lot of fun. So go check that show out. I love talking to creators every week, and we've been on a roll with some really great ones. It's been a really great year for the show. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll have another 5 for you next week, so we'll see you all here next week.